Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-June 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me about Virgo. What do we got in mid-June? We are about to move into Cancer season soon. It's a beautiful time of year. What energies, messages, insights, all that good stuff. What can you tell us? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo in mid-June, please and thank you. What's happening? Let's get this first card out here nice and quick. There it is. Big future focus with this, and this is a lovely energy to me. I like it because to me it feels like somebody who's looking towards the future. They have goals, they have aspirations, they have things they want to accomplish, and it's just beautiful. The aesthetic is haunting when I look at it. That's a nice way to put it. But before we fully dive into that card, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. Now, this one does show up from time to time. We see this lovely lady. She is on the beach, and she is looking out at the horizon. Notice there's these big structures all up in the sky, and to me, they kind of feel like checkpoints. Notice that there's rainbows coming out of them, so that to me implies good. It implies that these are goals, dreams, like we already spoke about. So for a lot of Virgos, your eyes could be on the horizon. You could have a future focus about you at this time. Now, I always say I know that modern spirituality always says live in the present, and that's very true. You should always be cognizant of where you are, enjoy the moment. Nothing wrong with a little bit of planning, nothing wrong with having some goals, short-term, mid-term, long-term. So there's something around planning that could be showing up as well. If this isn't an energy that you're in, spirit could literally be like giving you a little nudge, saying like, hey, Virgo, look towards the horizon for a minute, look towards the future. And that could give you a lot of momentum with whatever it is you're dealing with, because I know Virgos are dealing with a variety of things. But let's just leave that right there. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up here one time for my lovely Virgo friends, guides. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Surprising Problem. Oh no, I don't like when that type of energy creeps around. But another thing I will say, it seems like in like the recent past month, I've been seeing just a lot of energies popping in out of nowhere. So I'm hoping you haven't been going through too much there, Virgo. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're connected to. You know how it goes. Let's get 3 cards out here for my good friends, guide, spirit team. What do we got for the lovely Virgos here? As we move towards Cancer season. Okay, yeah, Queen of Pentacles, beautiful, very sturdy. That's an energy of blessings, abundance. That is a card that could represent you. And we will talk about it more, but this is a good place to start from. That's the one thing I'll say when we have the Queen of Pentacles in position number 1. Because it's like, okay, we're at least starting from a nice place. So let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more. Ace of Swords, another lovely energy. I mean, it's very honest, seeing things clearly, very straightforward, honest type of energy. I mean, when we get the Sword of Truth, let's get one more. What do we got for Virgo, mid-June? Thank you. 8 of Wands. Now, this showed up in the Capricorn reading as well, so it must be an earth sign thing this week. There's a lot of energy surrounding communication. Okay, especially towards the back end of this. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, as I was already mentioning with a little bit of my commentary there, we have a lovely card, earthy energy that could represent you, beautiful, stable. We have the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth. We have the 8 of Wands, the fire and air picking up steam on the back end. Lots of chatter, lots of chit-chat going on between those 2 cards. So we're really going to want to dissect this completely. But I will say the way the elements are playing, I like how they're moving. because it's like, all right, we have the sturdy earth, and then we pick up steam. The energy starts moving along. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, the Queen of Pentacles. Let's talk about it a little more in depth. So once again, earth sign energy. So it doesn't have to be you. It could be a Capricorn, another Virgo. It could be a Taurus. Not gender specific, of course. And when we see queens of any suit, they represent the internal aspects of the suit that they're in. So when we see pentacles, we think of the material world. We think of career. We think of business. We think of the monetary stability, the living situation. All of those things kind of fall into the pentacle suit. Also, long-term prospects could be a big thing with this card. This is an entrepreneurial type of energy. This could be great. It can speak of blessings and abundance. This is a very fruitful type of energy in its most positive. I always say it's similar to the Empress. She is like the Empress light. So for a lot of you, this could be an amazing energy coming in. If we're not just talking about what you're feeling or something that could be coming towards you, blessings, wins of various different kinds. So this looks very good. When we get to the challenging aspect, because you know me, I always have to give the positive and the challenge of every card. The Queen of Pentacles could be a little stubborn in her energy. So this could be something you've been dealing with for quite a while. This could be an energy that's been sticking around. Sometimes if it's not stubbornness, it could be someone that's set in their ways, which I guess is kind of stubborn, right? Watch out for cabin fever or feeling stuck when this energy is in the mix. Now, I know a lot of beautiful earth signs, and they're good with this slow type of energy. Okay, not everything has to be go, 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 but the one thing I will say is we are starting from this beautiful, stable place, and we're picking up lots of steam as we move on, because right in the center we have the Ace of Swords. Love all aces. They all represent offers. They all represent opportunities, and this is the sword of truth. When this shows up in one of your spreads, this is a big card of mental clarity, seeing things clearly. It's honest, it's shrewd. It's like, okay, use your logic as opposed to your feelings. So there could be certain things that you're going through where it's like you're looking at this in a realistic way, where you're just looking at it with logic. So I love the Ace of Swords for that. For a portion of you, there could be certain things you're trying to trim up about your life. Okay, so whether it's something in regards to personal relationships, whether it's habits, when we have the sword of truth, it's like, okay, what is serving, what is not. Now, other things I could think of with this, as with all aces, it could be messages, talks, communications. This one can be a little harsh. If we're looking at the negative aspect of the Ace of Swords, this could be a harsh communication style where someone is honest to a fault. This person has words that could be a little harmful when it shows up, but not always, right? There's nothing wrong with speaking the truth. So we'll see how this all plays out. For some of you, it could be easy. Like when we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Sword of Truth, there could be big opportunities and offers coming up for you. And we'll discuss it a little more when we get into the whole clarification bit. Now, on the back end, we're finishing off with one of the faster moving cards in the whole entire deck, the Eight of Wands. Very common theme for all earth signs this week. It is a card, again, of communication, messages, talks, backs and forth. So we have a lot of chit chat going on back here. If we're not talking about communication, the Eight of Wands is forward movement, and it's going fast, right? It's up there with the Chariot. So it could be something that's fiery, fast. Again, the unexpected, like we've been seeing for weeks and weeks and weeks. But we'll see how it turns out, because there could be multiple communications coming in when we have energies like this show up. And in its challenge, it could be something that moves a little too fast. When the Eight of Wands is in the mix, again, with fire energy, it can be unpredictable. So we'll see how it all plays out. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here from my lovely Virgo friends. Let's see what's happening. Guides and spirit team. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Queen of Pentacles. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why I have boxes here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. What is she doing here? Thank you. Tower in reverse. Yeah, this is somebody that has a lot of staying power. Okay, now I will say this, the Tower is an energy of shock. For some of you, you might still be in a recovery period in regards to something, which is totally fine. But yeah, when I see the Tower in reverse, that's the best way we want to receive this card. And yeah, it could be a little unsettling for some of you if you are going through any problems or issues. Like, yeah, it's shaking the ground a little bit, but I don't feel like this is something that's going to collapse everything. That's the best way to put it with this in reverse. So the Tower, it is also karmic. Okay, and when it shows up in reverse, if this isn't something you're still healing from, that's still like in the energy for whatever reason, I would just say, if you are healing, be kind, be patient with yourself, be patient with the process. That's something I just need to put out there. But the Tower in reverse under the Queen of Pentacles, it is very sturdy. For some of you, if this is a win, and we'll see how it plays out, if this is something positive coming in out of nowhere, it's like you kind of expect it too. It's like, okay, well, I mean, awesome, but I kind of expected it. So whether it's something you've been working towards, we'll see how it all plays out. Also, it is a card that's karmic. So again, a lot of you could be going through a lot of metamorphosis. I know I gave a bunch of messages there, and we'll touch on it more as we move through the reading. But just to sum it up for you, boom, this could be a change or a karmic transformation period you're going through. This could be you with a lot of staying power. If you're going through problems, it's not really going to collapse everything. And I also said that some of you could still be in a recovery period of some sort. Also expecting something. Let's keep moving over to the Ace of Swords. I always try my best not to put too many messages in, but when they start pouring, sometimes I just got to get them out there. So let's go in on that Ace of Swords. What could this communication be about? So why is this Ace of Swords here? Okay. Four of Pentacles in the upright. Someone could be biting their tongue, or at least was. Okay, so Virgo, when I see this, like with the Four of Pentacles, you see that person clasping onto those pentacles, they're holding on tight. I'm getting two main messages. One is more financial leaning, one is more interpersonal. Because if we are talking communication, it's someone who's like, oh, well, I know the truth about something, I'm just not going to bring it up. Or I know something, I'm just not going to say it yet. It's like giving me one of those vibes. So just know that, I mean, there might be just something, a situation or something that you're like, I could say something, but I'm not gonna for whatever reason. I don't know why it's giving me this type of energy. Now, if we are talking financial, the Four of Pentacles is very good. For a big portion of you, like these two cards together, this could absolutely be you saving up for a big purchase, or Spirit saying like, hey, stash some away for a rainy day. So if you're saving up for a big purchase of some kind, great energy. And yeah, this could still be an offer of some kind. I think this is going to be the final result when we get to the Eight of Wands. So we'll see. There might be a little delay, but I'm picking up lots of different energies here, Virgo, like all over the place. So only take what applies to you. But again, just to sum that up, I feel for a lot of you, someone biting their tongue, like, oh, I could say something, but they're not for whatever reason. And then, yeah, great energy around saving for big purchases. For some of you, there could be a delay in an offer or opportunity. Let's keep moving over to the Eight of Wands. Then we'll see what the Eight of Wands has to say before we get into a quick recap. Then the shadow card. So let's talk about it. Why is that Eight of Wands here? What is happening? Why is that Eight of Wands in the mix? Okay. All right. This serious business here on the back end. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse underneath this Eight of Wands. This is someone that's not going to bite their tongue any longer. Okay, so if we are talking interpersonal and tongue, just know if there's something you've been wanting to say or something you've been wanting to discuss or bring up for whatever reason, you might be very much tempted to like let it all out when we have this show up. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So let's talk about this a little more. Aside from that message I already gave, the Six of Pentacles is usually a card of balance and equilibrium. It's charitable. It's extremely giving. It's kind. It's nice. So when I see it in reverse, it's like, okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Nice Gal. It's like giving me that kind of energy. So just know, and I don't feel like it's necessarily like a terrible thing. This could be a topic or a serious talk that needs to be had. Okay, that's just the vibe I'm picking up, because it's like, yeah, we have this going on. Someone's still healing. We have the tongue biting going on, but then it's like, no, this needs to be addressed. Like something needs to be addressed. Okay, and it's just showing up here in a very powerful way. Do I think it's a bad thing? No, I don't. For some of you, there could be a straw that breaks the camel's back as well, where it's like, it might be something that's seemingly small, but it's like, okay, well, no, this needs to get addressed. So let's go through and do a quick recap, because this reading splintered off in so many different ways. Obviously, only take what hits for you. There could be really good positive energy going on here too, like with the way it's all moving forward. doesn't feel stuck. But before the shadow card, if you look at position number 1, we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Tower in reverse. I already mentioned some of you might be in a recovery period or a healing period from something, of course, when this is in the mix. I feel a lot of staying power, like not much is going to fully shake you. Yeah, more like a road bump type of energy I'm picking up here in the front. For a portion of you, you might be going through some sort of karmic change or metamorphosis as well. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth with the Four of Pentacles in the upright. Someone biting their tongue about something, or at least they were. Something they were thinking but not saying it. I'm thinking it, but I'm not going to speak about it yet. And that's like the big energy it was giving me. Another thing, if you're thinking about saving up for a large purchase of some kind, there's great energy around that. But for some of you, there might be a little delay in regards to hearing back from something, whether it's an offer or opportunity. Into the back end, we have the Eight of Wands with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This energy is kind of letting loose. So whereas like this one is like holding it in, this one like explodes forth on the back end. You see how I almost hit that Six of Pentacles off the table? To me, I did say this could be a serious talk that needs to be had, or a conversation. Does feel a little bit fiery, but I feel like there is something that needs to be addressed when that shows up. So do with that information what you will. You might have a very interesting week, my friends. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's get you a shadow card now. Let's get a good shuffle here and see what we got. What is in the shadows for Virgo? And you know what? I was seeing a similar energy around communication like this a couple weeks ago, and it's just showing up again. Okay, so if something didn't get addressed then, it might need to get addressed now. But let's see what's up. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card going. What is in the shadows for my friends? Quick, thank you. Okay, Eight of Cups makes sense with kind of what I was seeing here in the front end about like a little bit of recovery. Now, the Eight of Cups is an action card to me. And generally when we see it, it's somebody walking away from cups or walking away from something that makes them happy. So hopefully there hasn't been something in recent times that you had to like give up on or walk away from. Of course, that could be the case. For some of you, these might just be thoughts or feelings that you're having in this time. Like, all right, is this worth my time? Now, it doesn't always have to be walking away from something. I just think of it as action. So for a portion of you, like even if you're comfortable and content where you are right this second, I'm going to tie it all back into what we had here about the future focus in the beginning. Even if things are cool, calm, and everything's comfortable for you, Spirit wants you to keep pushing forth towards something bigger. Okay, that could be a real big thing here. So it's like your journey is not done. Your mission is not done when I see this in the shadows. So that's a very intriguing way to end this reading off. I feel like this is a good shadow card, if anything. So we're just going to place that Eight of Cups down right there for you, my good friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, my digital calendar is open on mastermetaphysics.com, so go ahead and check that out. And if you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this weekend's readings. But for the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments if you could snap your fingers and visit anywhere in the world right now. Where would it be? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.